300,000. That is the number of additional Russian soldiers Putin is preparing to send into Ukraine. 300,000 more men, torn from their families, pulled from their jobs, and sent to a war that Russia said would last 3 days. It has now lasted more than 3 years, and Russia is running out of soldiers. This is Pro-Military Report. Today we break down Russia's secret mobilization plan, why Putin is hesitating, and what 300,000 more troops means for Ukraine. Stay till the end, because the economic reality will shock you. Let us begin. Let us start with the raw reality. Russia's current contract-based recruitment system is effectively running on fumes. That is not my words. That is the assessment of Ukrainian intelligence agencies. Russia is barely managing to compensate for its losses, and the losses are enormous. 890 soldiers lost in a single day last week, hundreds of thousands since 2022. The math is brutal. Russia cannot keep fighting at this rate without sending significantly more men. So Putin is preparing, according to RBC Ukraine, citing sources within intelligence agencies. Russia is preparing to mobilize up to 300,000 additional troops. All the mechanisms required are already prepared. The legal basis is already in place. The 2022 mobilization decree remains active. Everything is ready, except one thing. Putin has not yet given the order, and here is why. Because the last time Russia mobilized, in September 2022, hundreds of thousands of Russians fled the country to Finland, to Georgia, to Kazakhstan, anywhere to escape being sent to war. The Kremlin knows what happens when it mobilizes. It loses control of its own narrative, and now it is preparing to do it again. 300,000 more. Now let us talk about the economic problem, because this is the part Putin fears most. Russia's labor market is already suffering from a severe shortage of workers. Hundreds of thousands of men are already at the front. Hundreds of thousands more fled the country in 2022. Factories are struggling to find workers. Businesses cannot fill positions. Salaries are rising because workers are so scarce. And now Putin wants to take 300,000 more men from that same struggling economy and send them to Ukraine. The economic fallout would be enormous, and Putin knows it. Now let us talk about the social risk. In 2022, when the first mobilization was announced, Russian streets filled with protesters. Thousands were arrested. Thousands more fled. Russian mothers, whose sons had already been sent to war, marched in the streets demanding their return. A second mobilization would trigger all of this again, but on a much larger scale. Because this time, Russians know what war looks like. They have seen the coffins coming home. They have seen the injuries. They have seen the letters that never come. A second mobilization of 300,000 men could shake the Kremlin's political stability more than any Western sanction ever has. Now, what does this mean for Ukraine? On one hand, 300,000 more Russian soldiers is a serious threat. Ukraine's front lines are already under enormous pressure. 157 battles in a single day last week. Adding 300,000 more Russian soldiers could tip the balance. On the other hand, Russia's new soldiers are not experienced fighters. They are civilians dragged into a war they do not want, with minimal training, sent against Ukraine's battle-hardened veterans who have been fighting for over 3 years. The numbers are large, but numbers alone do not win wars. Ukraine has proven that. Every single day, for 1,534 days, 300,000. That is the number Putin is considering. 300,000 more families torn apart. 300,000 more workers pulled from Russia's economy. 300,000 more reasons for ordinary Russians to question this war. Putin is hesitating because he knows the cost, but he also knows that without more soldiers, this war cannot continue at this pace. The decision is coming. The only question is when. This was Pro-Military Report. One question before you go. Do you think Putin will order the mobilization? Comment below. I read every single one. Subscribe for daily war updates. Until next time, stay informed, stay aware. This is Pro-Military Report, signing off.